Hi, welcome to another episode of Be Self Aware. We are moving this journey together, a journey of self awareness. We had our first part. Today we're going to look at our second part of Be Self Aware. But our first part was concentrating more of knowing yourself and actually knowing your current status in life. So we concentrated on who you are, what are your values, where are you at in life, and then acceptance. That was our part one, and we are going to look at part two today. We are moving the journey of self awareness. My name is Najiko Leila, and welcome to our YouTube channel, Solena Empowerment. Do not forget to subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook, Solena Empowerment. So today we're going to look at our part two. Our part two of self-awareness, or be self-aware, is going to concentrate more on forgiveness and the intention of doing it. Forgiveness is a powerful tool that many of us ignore. There is Mahatma Ghandi actually said that the weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is for the strong people. It is not a sign of weakness when you forgive. It is actually a powerful tool. It is only for the strong people. Then there's also another well-known person called Louis B, who actually said that forgiveness is more of setting a prisoner free and discovering that actually that prisoner was you. So many think that once I forgive, it is a sign of weakness. No, once you forgive, it is actually a sign of strength, because forgiveness benefits you, the person forgiving, and actually not the offender. So forgiveness, some of us, many people actually do not or feel a burden when they forgive. Once you don't accept to forgive, it is like you're carrying a heavy load on yourself. You're carrying a burden. You're carrying this resentment. You're carrying this anger, and it's actually destroying your life, destroying your soul, and not the other person. Lack of forgiveness is more of drinking poison, and then you expect the other person to die. You're all taking in this poison, but you want the other person to die. At the end of the day, it is you going to die and not the other person. So I'm here to remind you that it is actually very, very important to forgive. We are wronged day in, day out. You also wrong people day in, day out. But forgiveness is a virtue that we need to learn. It is not easy, but it is something that we have to get intentional at. We need to learn to forgive. It is hard. But for as long as you want a joyful life, a life full of pleasantness, a peaceful life, a life full of calmness, then you have to learn to forgive. There are very many instances where forgiveness can come in. Someone can wrong you, or they did something that hurt you, and they'll come and actually say, I'm sorry, I did this, I apologize. Then you can choose to forgive them. That is a bit easy. And when someone comes to you and they acknowledge that they did something wrong, the tricky bit is there are people who have ego. There are people who find it so hard to come and ask for forgiveness. Someone will hurt you and you're like, maybe maybe he or she will apologize today. Then today passes. Maybe let me wait on tomorrow. This person never comes to apologize. It's because of their ego. They find it hard to forgive. But then it is actually up to you to forgive these people or not. This second bit of forgiveness is a bit hard because someone has not actually come out to acknowledge that they did something wrong. They've not come out to actually ask for forgiveness. But for your own good, you choose to forgive. It is hard, but you choose to forgive. Forgiving someone doesn't mean that you ignore what they did. Yeah, but for you forgive someone, you accept that this person did something wrong, but I'm not going to carry this burden. It is not my burden. It is not my load to carry. I am choosing to forgive. So how do we forgive? There are very many ways we can forgive people, because uh, many people find it so hard to forgive because they've been hurt, they've been betrayed by their loved ones, by their parents, by their spouses, by their friends, by their workmates. They've actually been betrayed, and it is hard to forgive. Many people want to forgive, but in their mind they're like, how can I forgive this person who hurt me so much? So some of the ways that you can actually forgive, or to make it easy for you to actually be able to forgive, one is by remembering that you are doing this to please your creator. Many of us, not many of us, all of us are sinners. You know, it is a bit weird for someone to come and ask for forgiveness, even if they've not actually asked. It is a bit weird for you not to forgive a brother, a sister, a spouse, a workmate. It is a bit weird not to forgive them. And then you wake up at night or any time of the day and ask your creator for forgiveness. You ask God for forgiveness. You see? You do not want to forgive, yet you, the same person, you want to be forgiven by God. So sometimes when we remember this, that you know what, the other person is not perfect, just like the way you are not perfect, because you also keep sinning, you also keep angering people or even God, and then you go back every day and ask for forgiveness. You always go back and ask for forgiveness. Then why don't you forgive your brother? Why don't you base on that to forgive your brother, to forgive your sister, to forgive your spouse, to forgive your partner or your neighbor? Based on that, because you also want to be forgiven by God. Yeah, I whatever religion or belief you have, it is really, really emphasized that God loves people who forgive. God does not like people who keep resentment and anger in their soul or in their mind or in their body or at heart. It is always advised that we forgive. So based on that, and find it in your heart to forgive the person who hurt you. Remember, you're not doing it for them. You are doing it for yourself. You are doing it to set yourself free. So that was thought number one, of remembering that you also are a sinner, you also anger, and the fact that you go to God and ask for forgiveness, and God tells us to forgive, you also need to forgive this person. Then another thing you can look out for, in case it is hard for you to forgive, or another thing you can always remember when you're forgiving someone, is always look at the good things this person has done for you. You know, sometimes a person will just do one thing. They will annoy you with one thing or anger you with one thing sometimes, and then we base on that to build the resentment. We base on that to build the anger against this person, and we actually do not forgive this person. But once we sit down and think to ourselves, okay, this person has been, if it is a spouse, you remember the good times you've had with this person. You remember the sacrifices they've done. Even if it is a friend, even if it is a parent, even if it is a sibling, you remember the times they've actually sacrificed for you. You remember the things they bought for you. You remember the times they were for you. So remember the good things these people have done for you in your life. It will actually be easier for you to forgive them, because you remember the good things these people have done for you. And actually, at the end of the day, that will soften your heart, because this person is not that bad, because they've done some amazing things for you. Think about it. Think about it. Think about these amazing things these people have done for you, the journey you've moved with them. Is it worth it throwing away because of this one or two things? It may be a big thing. Someone can do one thing and it really hurts. It really goes deep. But it is you to choose. The choice is yours to either move on with the resentment and the anger, or to live in a joyful, pleasant, peace, calmer life. And for as long as you want to live a peaceful, calmer, joyful life, forgiveness should be part of your journey. Forgiveness should be part of the process. You cannot ignore it. You can't. So that is it for number two. Consider that. Look out for what this person has done for you. Then the other option that you can think about, if you want to make forgiveness very, very easy for you, is talk about it. Talk about it. There's actually one of the famous people I know who actually got a phone, and they tried to call the people that hurt them. They did so. You can pick up your phone. It could be through a text, it could be through a phone call, it could be through a visit. You call up this person. Hello, how are you? You did you did ABCD, and I felt offended. Now you're talking to the other person. Hello, how are you? You did ABCD in either last month or 2 years back or 3 years back or 10 years back. You did ABCD, and I felt offended or I felt betrayed. I did not like it. However, I am choosing to forgive you. I'm calling to let you know that I've chosen to forgive you and all is well. Simple words. You let this person know that you have forgiven them. You will be shocked that through this phone call, this other person who might even tell you that I've always also wanted to call you for the same reason. Sometimes people want to call and ask for forgiveness, but they do not know where to start from, either out of anger, out of egoism, or out of fear, out of every very very many reasons. So you'll be shocked that the response you got from this person will actually even heal you more, even if it's actually a negative response. But at least you will have talked about it, you will have let it off your chest. So those are the three things. In case you find forgiveness very very hard for you, you can remember that, and it will make the journey of forgiveness, or the process of forgiveness, easier for you. The first one was to remember that you're also a sinner, that you also go somewhere and ask for forgiveness. You go to God to ask for forgiveness, that you're also not perfect. You can anger someone the next day and you ask for forgiveness. Wouldn't you want to be forgiven? So why aren't you forgiving the other person? So remember that. Then the second one was, look out for the good things this person has done for you. Look out for the journey you've moved with this person. You don't want to forgive them, but they're not that bad. They've done ABCD for you. They've been there for you in one or two situations or scenarios. So remember that. Then the third bit would be, talk about it. Talk about with this person. It could be via phone call. Talk to them. Make the words simple. Tell them how you felt when they did that particular thing, and you let them know that you're choosing to forgive. You can call as many people as you want. It could be through a phone call, it could be through an email, it could be through a text message, whatever is easier for you. But at the end of the day, we are choosing to forgive. So my humble appeal to you is, if you know there is someone out there that you have anger for, the resentment and all that, and all that in that line, we are choosing to forgive. Choose to forgive. This is a powerful tool, and remember, you are doing it for yourself and not doing it for the defender. Forgiving that person is not going to actually make you weak. It is actually going to make you stronger than you believe. It is actually going to make you feel lighter, make you feel joyous, make you feel have that inner peace. Yeah, at the end of the day, it is you going to benefit. That was it about forgiveness. Please do not forget. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video. Please share it with your friends, share it with your family, and do not forget to click the subscribe button. See you, and God bless you.